This lesson is on health and fitness, understanding and controlling stress.
While stress in small doses is a normal, healthy part of life, stress that continues over long periods of time can lead to fatigue and possible mental or physical illness. This lesson introduces the causes of stress, how to identify stress, and more importantly, how to cope with and manage stress in your life. Handling situations in your life and recognizing symptoms of stress in others will make your life more enjoyable and your leadership more effective.
This lesson's essential question: how can you cope effectively with stress? I would like you to think about that as we go through this lesson.
I'd like you to take a moment and think about the different types of stress you've experienced.
We will prepare for this lesson by discussing the key questions of the student learning plan. What will you accomplish in this lesson? Determine the causes, effects, and coping strategies for stress in your life. Why is this lesson important? Stress in small doses is a normal, healthy part of life. However, stress that continues over long periods of time can lead to exhaustion and possible mental or physical illness. In this lesson, you will examine the causes of stress and ways to manage stress in your life.
The learning objectives for this lesson differentiate between positive and negative stress, identify sources of stress, identify the stages of the body's stress response, describe physical and behavioral effects of prolonged stress, describe ways to manage stress. Define key words: distress, which is negative stress; endorphins, chemicals released by the brain that trigger a natural relaxation response; fatigue, the stage of stress when the body loses its ability to adapt to a situation when exposed to prolonged periods of stress; fight, flight, or freeze response, the body and mind's preparation to help respond to a tense situation or danger; psychosomatic response, a physical reaction that results from stress rather than from injury or illness; relaxation response, the body's action to release tension, such as a decrease in the heart and breathing rate, and increasing sense of well-being; resistance, the stage of stress where the body adapts to the rush created by alarm and reacting to the stressor; stress, the body's response to change; stressor, anything that causes stress. Think about how you respond to stress. The teen years are a time of many changes. Your body is changing, you are gaining new responsibilities, and you are forming new kinds of relationships. Stress is your body's response to change and a normal part of life. Stress happens when unusual situations, such as a threat or even a positive challenge, put pressure on your mind and body. Stress is not necessarily bad. Positive stress can be healthy and provide a feeling of fulfillment. It can help motivate you to do your best and to reach certain goals. Positive stress creates excitement. It might help you find the energy to score the winning goal in a soccer match or do exceptionally well on a school project. Some stress can have unhealthy effects, however. This type of negative stress is called distress. Distress may cause you to have an upset stomach before giving a report, for example. It may also cause you to lose sleep after you argue with a friend. You can't always avoid negative stress, but you can learn to manage it. Negative emotional stress distorts the way you view yourself, others around you, and the world in general. You may lose some of your self-esteem, which can make you feel less competent, unloved, and unworthy. Relating to people may become harder. Prolonged stress can make you feel listless, unable to enjoy life to the fullest, and may even cause illness. To handle stress, you need to know what causes it. Stressors range from everyday annoyances to serious personal problems. They also affect different people in different ways. Whereas you might feel nervous about auditioning for a band, play, or choir, some of your friends might find the same situation exciting. Although positive changes are usually less stressful than negative ones, there are situations like competing for high grades or getting into a highly rated college that often cause great stress among teens. Do you know what makes you feel stressed? To help identify your personal stressors, look at what's happening in your life right now. Is any of the following causing you stress? Daily hassles. Each day you may feel stress from lack of time, social pressure, or your responsibilities. Other daily stressors may include conflicts with friends, fellow students, teachers, neighbors, or family. Life events. These may include moving or relocating, adding family members by marriage, birth, or adoption, being ill, or parents' divorce or separation. Physical stressors. These may include being physically injured, lacking sleep or rest, using drugs or alcohol, eating or dieting excessively, or not getting exercise. When you perceive a situation or event to be a threat, your body begins a stress response. For example, if a car alarm suddenly goes off as you walk by, you may jump at the sound or feel your heart start to race. The sudden loud noise is a stressor that makes you respond instantly without even thinking about it. This response is largely involuntary or automatic. It happens in 3 stages and can occur regardless of the type of stressor. The 3 stages are alarm, resistance, and fatigue.
Alarm begins when a small area at the base of the brain, called the hypothalamus, receives danger signals from other parts of the brain. The hypothalamus is sometimes referred to as the master gland, as it controls important bodily functions such as our temperature and growth during childhood. The hypothalamus releases a hormone that acts on the pituitary gland. The pituitary then secretes a hormone that stimulates the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands produce adrenaline, which is the emergency hormone that prepares the body to respond. Your body is now ready to fight, flight, or freeze.
In the alarm stage, physical responses include dilated pupils, increased perspiration, faster heart rate and pulse, rise in blood pressure, faster respiration rate, narrowing of the arteries to internal organs and skin, increased blood flow to muscles and the brain, increased muscle tension. If exposure to a stressor continues, the next stage of the stress response is resistance. Resistance is your body adapting to the rush created by the alarm and reacting to the stressor. This is the stage in which you fight, take flight, or freeze. In one sense, your body is briefly able to perform at a higher level of endurance. In this case of fight, your ability to resist physical challenge or attack may be enhanced. In the case of flight, you may be able to run faster and further than you normally could to escape from danger. This kind of resistance stage is why people in extremely high-stress situations have been known to accomplish incredible feats, such as lifting an automobile to save a child trapped underneath. However, in another kind of response, you may freeze. This is when your mind goes blank when the teacher asks you a question, or when your body freezes when it thinks the smallest move will be physically harmful. People afraid of heights sometimes react this way. During fatigue, the third stage of the stress response, an exhausted feeling takes over your mind and body. This lowers your level of activity. In this stage, your ability to manage other stressors effectively is very low. Fatigue can affect your body in several ways. Physical fatigue results when your muscles work very hard for long periods, often leading to soreness and pain. Reaction time is impaired, and muscles tire very quickly. Psychological fatigue can result from many things. Among them are constant worries, overwork, depression, boredom, isolation, or feeling overwhelmed by too many responsibilities. Pathological fatigue is brought on when the body's defenses are overworked in fighting disease. Cold or flu, being overweight, and poor nutrition can bring on pathological fatigue. If you use drugs such as alcohol, this can intensify the feeling of fatigue. Long-term stressful events can lead to illness. This is because changes take place in your body during any of the 3 stages of resistance. A recent study revealed that people who are always stressed released an excessive amount of a hormone called cortisol.
We will now complete exercise 1. How stressed are you?
From the dashboard in our cadet portfolio, we're going to select Core Curriculum. We're going to scroll down to Health and Fitness, Understanding and Controlling Stress. And then we're going to select Exercise 1, How Stressed Are You? Directions. Complete the following survey to determine your stress level. The survey lists some life events that may or may not have happened to you in the last year. You'll rate each one based on how negative it was for you. Check a number after each event listed below on a 0 to 3 scale, means 0, you did not experience this, or it was not a positive experience for you. 1, you experienced this and it was somewhat negative. 2, you experienced this and it was moderately negative. 3, you experienced this and it was somewhat extremely negative. Okay, so beginning a new school or a new program at school. Again, it was positive or you didn't experience it. It was somewhat negative, moderately negative, or extremely negative. You're going to go through each one of these and you're going to select what level it was for you. If you have other events that you'd like to add, there's room to add them at the bottom. Once you are done, mark as complete, scroll back up to the top, and select Save. Stress is an unavoidable part of life. As mentioned before, stress can make life fun, exciting, enjoyable, and challenging. However, excessive or prolonged stress can have a negative impact on all aspects of your health. Sometimes stress can lead to psychosomatic response. The prefix psycho means of the mind, and somatic means of the body. Psychosomatic responses may include sleep disorders, skin disorders, stomach and digestive problems. Other health problems that may sometimes be stress-related include headaches. A headache caused by stress is the most common type of headache. When stressed, the muscles of the head and neck contract. Migraine headaches, which affect about 1 in 10 people, may also be triggered by stress. During a migraine attack, inflamed blood vessels and nerves around the brain cause severe throbbing. This is often accompanied by nausea and vomiting. Weakened immune system. Extended exposure to stress can reduce your body's ability to fight disease by weakening the immune system. When your immune system is weakened, you may be more prone to colds, flu, and more severe infections. You may also experience a great deal of muscle tension and develop hives or other skin disorders. Anxiety. A feeling of severe anxiety can bring other symptoms such as nightmares, confusion, and depression. It can even bring on stress-related ulcers. Stress can also have effects on mental, emotional, and social health. It can interfere with daily activities and relationships with others. For example, stress can make it hard to focus. This can cause some self-put-downs and the distorted belief that failure is inevitable. Mood swings are also a common reaction to stress. Teens often experience mood swings as a result of hormonal changes and social and academic pressures. These emotional shifts from happy feelings to depression-like symptoms may put strains on relationships with family and friends. Stress can increase a person's vulnerability to alcohol, tobacco, and drug use. Many people give stress as a reason they started drinking or smoking. However, use of these substances actually increases stress and leads to even bigger problems. In some cases, stress can lead to more serious behaviors like lying, stealing, and even physical violence. Alright, now we'll do some check on learning questions. First question, what is stress? Is it your body's response to overexertion, your body's response to sadness, or your body's response to change? Stress is your body's response to change. During the blank phase of stress, your body reacts to fight, flight, or freeze. Is it alarm, resistance, or fatigue? The answer is resistance. The psychosomatic response to prolonged stress can result in blank. Is it headaches, dilated pupils, or mood swings? The answer is headaches. Behavioral effects of prolonged stress include blank. Is it stress-related ulcers, skin disorders, or increased vulnerability to alcohol, tobacco, and other drug use?
The correct answer is increased vulnerability to alcohol, tobacco, and other drug abuse. I would like you to think about the amount of stress in your life.
Next, I'd like you to think about effective ways to respond to stress.
We are now going to complete Exercise 2, Positive Stress Management Strategies, as you listen to the video.
To get there from the dashboard of our cadet portfolio, we're going to once again select Core Curriculum. Scroll down, select Health and Fitness, Understanding and Controlling Stress. Then we're going to select Exercise 2, Positive Stress Management Strategies. As you listen to the video,
on positive ways to cope with stress, complete the table by listing the 10 stress management strategies in the left column. As the video describes each strategy, ask yourself if you use the strategy. Put a check in the column for each strategy that you never use, currently use, or you should try to use. So again, you're going to list the strategies right here as we go through the video, and then never use, I should try to use this strategy, never use this strategy, or I currently use this strategy. You're going to go through these as we talk about that. Once you're done, you're going to mark as complete, scroll back up to the top, and select Save.
There is no way to eliminate stress completely from your life, except that throughout your life you will encounter different levels of stress. To handle stress so that it has a positive result, you need a variety of stress management skills or ways to prevent and overcome problems related to stress. One of the basic ways to manage stress is to follow a healthy lifestyle that includes good diet, rest, and regular exercise. Problems are always easier to deal with if you feel well. You can also reduce your stress by knowing how and when to relax, keeping a positive outlook, keeping a sense of humor, learning to be assertive, ignoring circumstances that can't be changed, being physically active, finding a hobby you enjoy, eating healthy, seeking supporters to help you cope, and solving small problems to increase your confidence. When you relax, you reduce stress by slowing your heart rate. This makes you feel less tense. You can try a few of these techniques. Relax your muscles. Tighten and then relax one group of muscles at a time. Start at your toes and work your way up to your head. Slow your breathing. Take deep, even breaths for 5 minutes. Inhale through your nose, expanding your abdomen, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Get enough sleep. Feeling overly tired can make a stressful situation seem worse. It seems too simple, but things do seem better after a good night's sleep. Try meditation. Find a quiet place where you can be alone for 10 minutes. Sit on the floor or in a chair, keeping your back straight. Close your eyes and try to empty your mind. Concentrate on slow breathing. Focus on a single word, image, or sound. Think positively. When you're under stress, it's easy to feel hopeless. A minor problem can seem much bigger. In any stressful situation, take a moment to remind yourself to look at the big picture and keep things in perspective. Is it really the end of the world if you don't get to stay out as late as some of your friends do? Is your homework assignment really as difficult as you think? Remember that some stress can be helpful. It can motivate you to take action. Say, for example, you're nervous about doing well in an upcoming exam. The stress that you feel might motivate you to put in plenty of review and study time to build confidence. Laughter is a great stress reliever. Don't let stress prevent you from seeing the funnier side of things. A good laugh is a great stress reliever, so have some fun. Take a little time out to do something enjoyable and relaxing. Listen to your favorite music, read a book, or watch a funny video. Asserting, according to the American Heritage Dictionary, is to state or express positively. Asserting implies stating confidently without need for proof. This is a form of positive stress. Sometimes it seems easier to let people take advantage of you than to take a stand. It is easier to remain quiet than to state your position confidently. When subjected to unacceptable acts or words, the tendency is to suffer in silence. This action promotes negative stress, which contributes to emotional and physical ailments. For this reason, assertiveness is very important behavior to learn. Learning to negotiate mutually satisfying solutions is a much better outcome than accepting the unacceptable. Learn to speak up for your rights. Do not let others take advantage of you. Do not feel guilty when you have to say no. You have a responsibility to defend your rights as an individual. If your rights as a person are being violated, speak up positively and intelligently. You are important simply because you are a unique being, and there is no one else like you. Be persistent if you have a valid complaint. If you feel strongly and surely about something, do not back down. Don't be afraid to disagree with someone. When the need to disagree arises, do so in an appropriate manner. It is not necessary to be loud, crude, or belligerent. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you don't understand what is expected of you. Don't be afraid to be assertive and ask for clarification. No question is a dumb question if there is a need to know. It is better to understand than to live in confusion. Life offers certain circumstances that are beyond our control. When confronted with these situations, it is better to ignore them than to indulge in self-defeating behavior. Acknowledge that the situation exists, recognize that it is beyond your control, and proceed to things that are within your power. Within your power is self-examination of your life. You can do this regardless of the circumstances that are beyond your control. If you take the time to reflect on your values and your choices, and about who you want to be or are called on to be, you can live with a more positive outlook. You can find a purpose to live with integrity regardless of the seemingly large problems in the world that may cause you stress. Physical activity, that is, any movements that require your large muscle groups to work, is a very good way to relieve stress. During exercise, you are benefiting your heart, lungs, and muscles. You also release endorphins, tranquilizing chemicals in the brain. These trigger natural relaxation. They also produce feelings of pleasure and satisfaction that during a good workout can help reduce stress. When you're feeling stressed, some good activities are running, lifting weights, bicycling, or skating. Organized sports like soccer, volleyball, or basketball give you many aerobic benefits. You may even try aerobic dance or martial arts. Physical activity helps calm you and increase your ability to handle stress. Physical activity improves your physical appearance and mood. Medical experts say physical activity aids digestion and helps you sleep better. It also improves your immune system. Physical activity can put you in control of your responses to life, setting a positive example for others. But there are more gains from fitness than what mounds of research say about the health and social benefits. There is growing evidence that your cognitive or learning skills improve from physical activity by teaching you how to focus. A University of Illinois study in 2009 showed students exhibited better attention in class and higher learning achievement after a morning workout. Doing something that you really enjoy regularly can help reduce stress. These activities provide a creative outlet, lessen fatigue, and refresh the mind. Extracurricular activities at your school can be important stress relievers. There should be numerous clubs and activities available in the community or the church as well, which you can join. Many activities can be done at home. Experiment with different hobbies. Computer games may be fine, but don't stay behind the computer screen for hours. Try something new and different and use both your mind and your body. You might find an interest you didn't know you had, and you'll be a healthier person for it. A balanced diet is important for overall health, but it is also important in dealing with stress. Poor eating habits can actually be a source of stress by causing fatigue, weakness, or reduced ability to concentrate. Over or under eating can also put the body under additional stress. That kind of stress can cause poor absorption of vitamins and minerals, which can lead to deficiencies and health issues. Seek out support for your stress. Confide in someone you trust, such as a parent, guardian, sibling, teacher, or close friend. Just talking with someone about your problems may help you feel better. Do you ever get overwhelmed by a problem? Sometimes the problem is beyond your control, but if it's not, try to break the problem down into smaller pieces. Once you can see the smaller pieces of the problem, you might find that you can change some of them. Then you can use the decision-making problem-solving process, which is 1. Identify the problem, 2. Gather information, 3. Develop courses of action, 4. Analyze and compare courses of action, 5. Make your decision and select a solution, 6. Make a plan, 7. Implement the plan and assess the results. Be sure to take care of your problems you face before they get out of control. If you avoid a problem, it may get worse and may make you even more stressed. On the other hand, if you can deal with the problem effectively, you build confidence and reduce your stress. I'd like you to think about how you can have control over the stress in your life. Think about how you can be more effective in dealing with stress. Regardless of the techniques used, the ultimate purpose of all stress management programs is to remove the stress response as soon as it is not needed. By returning the body and mind to a more harmonious and normal state, energy can be saved for more important tasks. Develop a stress management program to address your needs and make it part of your daily routine. One of the major causes of stress in our lives is poor time management skills. By incorporating sound time management practices in our daily lives, we can be more productive and help reduce stress levels. All right, now we'll go through some check on learning questions. Which of the following is a good relaxation technique? Is it laughter, rapid breathing, depriving yourself of sleep until you are really tired, or meditation? The answer is meditation. What stress management strategy should you use for stressful situations that are beyond your control? Is it find a hobby, exercise, ignore it, or be assertive? The correct answer is to ignore it. Exercise is a good stress management strategy because blank. Is it it makes your muscles physically stronger, it increases your heart rate, or when you exercise your brain releases chemicals that help you relax? The answer is when you exercise, your brain releases chemicals that help you relax. Those chemicals are called endorphins. Negative stress is also called blank. Is it distress, resistance, or anxiety? The answer is distress. Blank are chemicals released by the brain that trigger a natural relaxation response. Is it adrenaline, endorphins, or testosterone? The answer is endorphins. Blank is the stage of stress when the body loses its ability to adapt to a situation when exposed to prolonged periods of stress. Is it alarm, resistance, or fatigue? The correct answer is fatigue. The fight, flight, or freeze response, blank, is it? Is the body and mind's preparation to help you to respond to tense situation or danger? Reveals if you are a brave fighter or an afraid coward? Or is the body's and mind's reaction to stress in the alarm stage? It is the body and mind's preparation to help you to respond to a tense situation or danger. A physical reaction that results from stress rather than from injury or illness is called blank. Is it hypochondria, psychosomatic response, or psychological distress? The correct answer is psychosomatic response.
Next, we're going to complete Exercise 3, My Stress Management Goals.
Once again, in your online cadet portfolio from the dashboard, we're going to select Core Curriculum. We're going to scroll down to Health and Fitness, Understanding and Controlling Stress. And we're going to select Exercise 3, My Stress Management Goals. Directions. Select at least 2 stress management strategies that you would like to work on. Use the SMART system to set a list of goals for how to improve your reaction to stress. Create a schedule for your checkpoints to evaluate your progress. Put your document in your cadet notebook. Okay, so here are our 10 stress management strategies that we discussed earlier. And again, SMART. So down here in this section, we're going to pick 2 of these stress management strategies to work on. Which specific ones you want to work on. You're going to list the steps that you'll take to reach it. Is it realistic? You're going to set up checkpoints to evaluate your progress and what time frame that you'd want to have it completed by. Once you're done, you're going to mark as complete, scroll back up to the top, and select Save.
Next, we will complete the Understanding and Controlling Stress Performance Assessment task.
Once again, in your cadet portfolio from the dashboard, you're going to select Core Curriculum. You're going to scroll back down to Health and Fitness, Understanding and Controlling Stress, and you're going to select the Performance Assessment task. Okay, this Performance Assessment task gives you an opportunity to document your achievement in this lesson's competencies. For this Performance Assessment task, you will assess how stress impacts your life. For this assessment, you will use your notes from Exercise 1, How Stressed Are You? Exercise 2, Positive Stress Management Strategies, and what you learned in this video to write a 3-paragraph summary of the stresses in your life. Your summary should include the major causes of stress in your life, a description of the strategies you usually use to cope with stress, new strategies you'll use to cope with stress in the future. Again, you can either type this in a Google Doc and put the link there. If you want to do it in a Word document, You can attach the Word document right there, or you can simply type it right here in this notes section. Once you're done, select Met, Met, Met for all of these. Again, make sure you put the date in there, mark as complete, scroll back up to the top, and of course select Save. This brings us back to this week's essential question. How can you cope effectively with stress? Humans experience a wide range of emotion. Not all of them are pleasant. Yet, even certain uncomfortable emotions like stress and anxiety are beneficial in small doses. Sometimes, though, because of hectic, hurried schedules and pressure to do too many things or things we do not necessarily enjoy, stress can get out of hand. When you start feeling or showing warning signs of stress overload, step back and take a look at what's going on in your life. Ask yourself what is causing your symptoms of stress. Then, take care to reduce the stress associated with it. Meanwhile, be prepared for the stressful events that will surely pop up throughout your life. Maintain a healthy lifestyle so that you are better able to handle whatever life throws your way. Keep negative stress and anxiety at bay by doing things you enjoy, learning ways to relax, and thinking positively. Remember, if stress lasts for long periods of time, seek help. Prolonged stress can be disruptive to your mental and physical well-being.